Today is a Friday and it is officially the start of my annual leave. I have had a very busy couple of weeks. I did 4 night shifts, a sleep day, a day off, a day shift which was an extra, and then 4 night shifts. And one of those 4 night shifts at the end were a shift swap to make my November off duty a little bit better. So I've been at work pretty much the entire time. I haven't left the house other than to go to work. But today is the start of my annual leave. I woke up a little bit late and then I had some work to do before I left the house that I needed my laptop for. But I am heading off about an hour and a half late. Whoops. And I am driving to Wales to spend some time with my dad, my middle sister and my little sister, and then my 2 nieces. I'm going to be there for 3 days, and then I'm going to Wakefield for 2 days, and then I'm going to London for 2 days, and then I'm back in Nottingham for 2 days for Halloween and bonfire night. Halloween, we're going to a festival with my nephew, and for bonfire celebrations I'm going out for lunch and a walk with my friends. I've been trying to find tickets for an event, but they've all sold out, so might not end up doing anything for the actual evening. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to see some family, spend some downtime and just enjoy myself. I do unfortunately have a few meetings to attend, so today I was doing some paperwork for one of those meetings. I've got like a shared governance meeting next week, and then the week after I've got a clinical effectiveness meeting, which is to approve the welcome booklet that I've been working on. So I do need to attend them both, but it's fine. And then I also have another meeting. What's the other meeting? Maybe a PMA meeting? I can't remember, but I know I've got 3 meetings. First stop is fuel. Second stop is a KFC. I've gone for the chicken popcorn snack box because I know my dad's cooked food, but I don't think I'll make it until then. 3.5 hours later and an awful drive on country roads. And I've made it to my dad's. It stopped raining, so I'm going to take my suitcase in at the same time, just in case it starts raining again. My little sister's here. My older sister isn't here, but my dad's girlfriend's car isn't here, so I don't know where she is. I don't know where any of them are actually, because none of them have come out yet. Hopefully they're in, because I need the toilet. It's a beautiful sunny day, but it's very windy. But we've come to the pumpkin patch, and I think we're going to be carving some pumpkins later. We had a lovely day at the pumpkin patch, and then went to a farm festival, and then went to a garden centre. I actually forgot my pyjamas, so I went to Tesco's and bought some, and they're actually really comfy. So we're just going downstairs to watch a film. I've got my 3-month-old niece, and she has been crying for the last 5-10 minutes, but I finally got her to go to sleep. I made the mistake of passing it to my dad so that I could come up and do my hair so we could head out, and unfortunately she's woken up. So we've come to the garden centre, and they've got like a little pumpkin festival, and we're currently in the maze. I think I'm getting close. I can see cobwebs. Second time lucky. We made it! No one else has quite found me just yet. So the garden centre has lots of different themed gardens. This one's the Celtic, and in each garden you have to find a pumpkin and then draw the face and decide if it's happy, mad or sad. This is the Italian one, and the pumpkin is under there. garden centre. We've been in the maze and we found our way out, and then we went through like lots of little themed gardens and found some pumpkins. We were going to have lunch there, but it was very busy, so we've just had lunch here and now we're going to paint some pumpkins. So we've got the paintbrushes, we've got the paint, and we've got our clean pumpkins ready to paint. Another trip out. I haven't been able to wash my hair just yet, so it's gone up in a ponytail today, but I have remembered my gloves and my scarf, so I'm going to be nice and toasty. We're going to Paris Castle, going for a little walk, and then having some lunch. So I have just done a 3 and a bit hour drive to my older sister's house. I then saw people watching me through the window, so decided not to keep vlogging. But my hair is an absolute disaster today. I really need to brush it and do some makeup before I leave. I was supposed to come originally on Monday night, but then there was some change of plans, and then yesterday I was really not feeling very well when I was supposed to come, so I'm actually only coming for the day today, and then I'm heading back this evening and calling in at Coventry on the way back and going to see Friends the musical. So just a few hours here, but it's nice to see everyone. I don't think I recorded anything at my sister's house, but I played 2 board games with my niece and nephew. We played Friends Trivia Quiz and then Friends Monopoly, which I won by a mile, which was very nice. I don't usually like Monopoly, but I thought I'd give it a go because it was Friends themed and it was quite fast paced and fun, so that was good. I then got ready, did my hair, did my makeup, got dressed, and about 5:30 I set off to Coventry, where I've just watched the Friends musical, the parody, which I'll talk more about later, but it is 10 o'clock. I am wanting to take this makeup off, get ready for bed and get to sleep because I've got another long day tomorrow. As you can tell, I am now back home and in bed, and I haven't made the sheets, which is really bad, but I don't do it very often, and yeah. I'm gonna do it. It's only one night. It is what it is. But I'm freezing cold. My dad has had the heating on all weekend because we've had the baby, and I haven't quite braved putting the heating on in my own house yet. My original goal was to make it to October, and now that it's nearing the end of October, I feel like I might as well wait until November. It's just so expensive owning a house by yourself, especially. I think people, when I talk to them, make a lot of comments, but they have 2 incomes, and it's very hard for me when like over 3/4 of my income goes on my mortgage and bills alone. So spending it on gas when I don't really need to, but I want to, is something that I'm really classing as a luxury at the moment. I think I will be putting it on next week though, when I get back from Wakefield. I currently have 2 hot water bottles and a wheat bag on me, trying to keep me warm, and I'm tempted to put my dressing gown on in bed as well, so we'll see how long I last. That drive was an interesting one. I did have my sat nav on for the initial part, and then once I got on the M1, it was telling me to come off a little bit early, like 5 junctions early, but it was going to take like 50 minutes instead of the usual about half an hour. So I decided to turn the sat nav off and stay on the road that I normally stay on. And it turns out there was loads of roadworks and it was down to 1 lane going 30 miles an hour. So that was why they were diverting me. I think ultimately it ended up being slightly faster anyway, so it was okay. But yeah, it was a slow drive back, despite only taking like an hour and 10 minutes. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it felt slow going 30 miles an hour on the main motorway in the UK. And then the other thing was, as I was coming out of Coventry, I stopped for fuel because I had a quarter of a tank left, But, you know, when you're doing like a long drive, you just kind of, well, I kind of panic. So I stopped for fuel, was trying to fill it up for literally like 4 or 5 minutes, then was thinking the tank was empty. So I was about to reverse. I got back in the car, about to reverse to a different pump. And then someone told me you had to pay first, but there's no signs anywhere. The guy next to me agreed and was like, this is ridiculous. There's no signs. This is like a random rule. So we had to go inside and pay first. But of course I don't know exactly how much I want because I just fill it up usually. But anyway, I told him to put 35 on it, and then I wasn't paying attention and I assumed it would just stop when it got to 35 because I paid £35. And then the guy next to me says, oh, and now he's saying that we have to stop it, otherwise it'll go over. And so I looked and it was at like 35.78. So I stopped and I was like, why didn't he tell me that? So then I was like saying, is it okay? Is it all good? And he was like, yeah, bye, go. And then as I was driving past him, he like waved at me again. And I was like, does he want me to come in and pay the extra 78p? Or is he saying like go? Because he was like this. And I thought that meant go. And then I reversed and then he was talking to someone else. So then I just left. But then the whole drive back, I was like, did I just steal 78p of fuel? Or was he saying that that was fine? And now I'm like, oh, I don't know if I did the right thing or not. So it was a weird drive back, but I did finish the third and final book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series. And it was good, but it was very much similar to the TV show. And I actually prefer the TV show because it adds more information on the other characters, which I liked. So anyway, that has been part of my half-term week, my annual leave. Tomorrow I'm going to a Halloween farm festival with my youngest nephew and my cousin. And I'm going to get an early night. I say it's early, it's midnight. But I've got something in my eye. I need to close it. I think I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I will speak to you next time.